Hi there YouTube, I got another awesome tool for you to play with, and this time it's a conversational bot that aims to be the free version of ChatGPT. I know what some of you are thinking, ChatGPT is already free. Well, to that I say, so GPT 3.5 is free to chat with, but it's not free to openly test with, develop, and use its API. So we're going to check out this tool and see how it differs from GPT in terms of what's free and what's available with this tool. I'm talking about none other than
Open Assistant, the world's best, truest, and most awesome open source AI assistant.
Their motto and mission statement is literally conversational AI for everyone, and we believe to create a revolution, and then they directly compare themselves to Stable Diffusion, which is a really good sign and a really great comparison for what they're aiming to achieve. One of the co-creators for this tool, Yannick Kilcher, actually has a video on the introduction of this tool, and it's kind of funny actually. He goes into talking about subscription fees and that it's not going to be public for a while, and then he says just kidding, and then he's like, here's the paper, here's all this stuff, and here's a little clip of that.
Kidding, here is the dataset, and here is the code, and here is a chat interface. But everything is here, nothing is private, you can go and find absolutely everything.
So I think that was a great summary of what this tool provides and how open source it really is. And there was another thing that he said that kind of sums up what this tool is about.
This is a global community effort to bring the power of conversational AI to everyone.
So with all the AI tools coming out, I feel like this is the most significant, and it feels like the community coming together to actually start an AI revolution. If you're a fan of AI and you want to help develop this tool, it's very easy to get signed up on their site and actually help them train their models. I'm going to show you that in a second, but here's a little bit more about the scope on what they aim to achieve.
Everyone, to businesses, to researchers, and to individuals, and get it out of the hands of big corporations.
I'm calling it right now. This tool is going to move super fast. There's going to be so much change in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, and it's going to create a bunch of things that we never thought was possible. When you add the mixture of open source development and free, and you ask the communities to jump in, that's when you get change that you've never seen before, and this is going to be revolutionary for sure. Anyways, how do you get started? Just go to the link in my video description that says open-assistant.io, and that should bring you to this page right here. Then just click on try our assistant, and then you're brought to this site and you're asked to continue with your email, continue to Discord, or continue with your Google account. I clicked on continue with email, and then I got this page here that's saying that my invite likely went to my spam folder, which it absolutely did. So make sure you check your spam folder. It seems that Gmail is sending these to the spam folder right now, and you have to actually confirm that it's okay to actually put it into your normal folder. And once you do that, you're in and you're ready to start using the bot. And you can see here that you can create a new chat right away, and then let's test it out real quick. All right, so the first question I want to ask it is, how do I get a free open assistant API key? So let's see what it says. Nice. So it doesn't just give us the actual site we need to go to. Wait a minute. All right, so that's a little bit confusing here. It gave me a link to OpenAI, so that's not ideal, but let's try regenerating it and see what it gives us. As you can see, I'm like number 200 in the queue, but it really takes like 5 seconds or something. All right, so the second time was a lot better. So it gave me a legit site that I need to go to get an API key. And so let's try this out and see if we can get it to work, because this is really what we want here, because ChatGPT is already free to chat with. We want to try building stuff. We want to try putting this in mobile apps and our apps that we create, and we want it to function as it would for the paid stuff in ChatGPT. So we can start creating stuff and building stuff. So it tells me to go to the lion.ai site, the Open Assistant site, sign up and go to the dashboard. All right, so I clicked on the link and I'm at this site now, and it says now to go to the dashboard section, which I'm at, and it says click on the integrations tab, which I assume they mean API for integration. I'm looking for it. I'll be right back. All right, so after a long time of searching, I didn't find anything. I gotta do a little bit more studying, I guess. The only thing I found is that there's this, you can change it. Oh, look, there's dark mode. Oh, okay, there's bright mode. All right, so that's the only thing I found, but it seems like it's gonna be something in the future. So they got integrate Open Assistant into your application, and the app already starts talking about it. And there's also this API page here, which it seems like you could kind of like get close to getting a key. I don't know if you could put in your own. If anyone knows how to do this, just please put something in the comments on where I can go to learn more about this. But I'm gonna get smart on this and come back to you if there is a key that you can get right now. It might not be a thing yet, but I'll eventually find out. I think now is a good time to point out that this tool is still in the early stages of development, although it's going to move pretty fast and it's going to look very different in about a month. They did mention that they're looking to create an MVP. An MVP is minimal viable product, but I think it's already at a really good state and it's answering a lot of questions correctly. And that's one of them that it seems like they kind of put it in the system because it's something that's planned for the future, but it's either I'm misunderstanding what the task is or the wording is just slightly off, but I couldn't figure it out. Maybe someone else has. I don't know. One thing that I thought was particularly interesting, and I think is a really great thing that more companies should start doing, is they have a rewards program. So they don't give you anything, but they do have a ranking system, which I think is really cool because they turned this into a game. You training this model will actually reward you with user points. So you get a score over here. You could be in the top 10, top 5. If you go to your dashboard, you can go to where it says grab a task, and then you could just kind of do one of these tasks that it asks you. Let's try a task real quick, and they refresh every second actually. So this is a new one, reply as an assistant. So let's try that out and see what it's about. Oh man, I was too slow. Somebody's like really quick here. All right, so let's go back to the dashboard, and these seem like the ones people don't want to do. They're probably not as fun. Okay, so I could see why people aren't doing these ones. These are a little bit way too hard, and these are the ones that are not fun, and I'm not gonna really help with that because I don't know anything about that. So let me just go back and refresh it till I see something I like. This one's write a short paragraph about a day in the park. Okay, I think I could do this one. Describe a dog's emotions, reactions from the point of view of a dog. It's interesting that, I mean, some of these people must be high, but I love how they think. As a dog in a day in the park, I'd be ecstatic. My tail would be wagging furiously. I would sniff the fresh air. And so yeah, that one's kind of cute. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I like the second one too. I mean, it's kind of like what a dog probably would think, and I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, but I don't like the format. It's just I don't like the paragraph format. Someone just gave it a thumbs down. Maybe I'm being too nice. And then it has a few questions for some of them, like this is not spam, and this is I think it's like ordinary quality. I think it's in the middle of like creative. And then I'm gonna click review, and that's how you can help them out and gain some points on the scoreboard. All right, time to ask it some questions and see how it does. So the first question, I'm gonna start off simple. What is the capital of the United States? So the queue today is much longer than it was yesterday. It's at 3:41, but it takes significantly longer to get your answer. Now this one's kind of weird. It didn't want to answer it, which is strange. I didn't feel like this was a hard question or something it couldn't answer, but it doesn't want to answer it. Let me ask it again. Okay, so the second time I got it right, and it says it's DC now, and it says that its cutoff date is 2021. So if anything's changed in that time, I'm not responsible for it. So it does have the right answer in there somewhere, but it didn't get it right the first time. I mean, but that's okay. It's still doing pretty good. Let's ask it another simple question. What country has the most people? All right, so it gave us an answer, and it says China. I thought that was wrong actually. I thought it was India, but China is the winner in this case, and I looked it up, and it does have the highest population. All right, so let's talk about coding. So I wasn't able to get any of the codes to work that it gave me, but to be honest, I haven't coded in a long time. But how I'm testing this is I'm actually putting the code that it gives me in Visual Studio. But you have to know how to build it because it doesn't give you like the entire code at one time. It gives you pieces of it, and you have to actually put it together. Nothing I got so far was able to work. I asked it some simple things like to build me out like a code generator for like the Fibonacci sequence, and it was able to build a calculator, but that's not really, it's a very, very simple app. The HTML, it was able to build out kind of what I was asking for, but it was very simple, and it just kind of really bare minimum site. So to test the HTML out, like I would actually use a notepad, and if you didn't know, you would grab the HTML code that you get, like for example this one here that starts with a doc type HTML, and then you would open a notepad, and then you would just paste in a notepad and then save that as a .html files. So you would click file, save as, and then whatever your name is, and then put HTML. Now when you click on that, it's going to open up into a site, and so this is what I get. I asked it to build a site that looked just like Google, and it gave me this. It actually fought with me a little bit until I said just build the front end, and it said that it needed a lot more to accommodate the back end and all that stuff. I was like, just build me the front end. And I mean, technically this is what Google is. It's a search bar with Google at the top, maybe some different font, but I expected it to at least have a little bit more formatting going on here, at least you know how Google is. And that would at the very least be kind of what I was expecting. I thought this was a very simple task, but it didn't do a good job at that. And I also asked it to build the website OpenAI, and this is kind of what it gave me. So I asked it to build a website just like this one, and it just said welcome to my website, about me. And so this is a very generic kind of easy to write HTML code. So I'm not really impressed by the coding or the HTML. Well, to be honest, I couldn't get the coding to work, but the HTML it did work, but it was kind of underwhelming. Anything that had like a generator wouldn't work. But again, you know, it's been a long time, so I gotta brush up on my HTML, my coding, and kind of see if I could do a better job at making it work. If anyone else has had a lot of luck with getting all the code to work, I would like to hear from you, and just put something in the comments saying like you got it to work flawlessly, and let me know if you're a coder or not. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you. You should definitely jump into this tool and help out the AI community, get this tool up to speed, and it's gonna move pretty quick. And there's a lot of people on here right now. It's significantly slower than it was yesterday. It went from a 5-second wait to a 30-second wait, so it takes a little bit longer between answers. I'm not sure if it's going to be that way tomorrow as well, but it's definitely slowed down. Anyways, thanks for watching, and my next video is going to be on Stability AI Stable LM. If you didn't know, Stability AI, the makers of Stable Diffusion, it has come out with their own LLM, or large language model, which is crazy. I mean, within a week there's just so many like open source large language models that have come out, which is pretty insane. The more the better. This one is I don't know, it's off to a rough start. It's getting a lot of things wrong, like very simple things. It's kind of going off the rails, and it's not like slightly wrong, it's like completely wrong. I'm gonna show you that video, but it does have some impressive features, and the amount of parameters that this open source, this free large language model has is pretty amazing. So that'll be my next video. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.